Om Amriteshware Namaha. Amma's Sri Krishna Jayanti message to her children. Whenever dharma declines and adharma dominates the land, God incarnates to uphold dharmic values. This is the conviction of our culture. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyudhanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. In order to uplift the world, the infinite God consciousness assumes a body through its own cosmic illusion, Maya. Just as all the water in a tank is channeled through a pipe, God's blessings flow out to the world through an avatara. Srimad Bhagavatam states that Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna was the Lord himself. Like a dark rain cloud, the dark complexioned Sri Krishna showered truth, dharma, and beauty upon the world. And he has continued to do so to this day. Bhagavan Sri Krishna is like a vast ocean. On that ocean's infinite shore, we dig small ponds and lakes and believing each of them to be Sri Krishna Bhagavan. For any ordinary person, life is a mixture of happiness and sorrow, but for the Lord, there was only one meaning to life, supreme bliss. Bliss irrespective of the situation. Sri Krishna was a Mahapurusha, a God-realized person who celebrated every circumstances, remaining equally blissful in each. Therefore, in order to know the Lord, one must know bliss. Until then, it is impossible to know Krishna or to really comprehend his actions. Sri Krishna Bhagavan was born one dark midnight within the walls of a prison. Regardless, it was as though the full moon had risen. The coolness of moonlight and the brilliance of a million suns shined through Lord Krishna's life. Each one of us is actually born into the darkness of a prison, the prison of ignorance and karmic bindings. We are born crying, live crying, and die crying. However, Krishna was born with a smile, lived with a smile, and was smiling even when he cast off his mortal frame. Krishna was able to do this because he always saw the unchanging true face of eternity behind the ever-changing masks of impermanence. Thus, when we are able to realize the Krishnahood that is our true nature, we will likewise be able to look death in the face, thumb our nose at it, and laugh. Just because a light bulb fuses doesn't mean the electricity gets destroyed. The true self is eternal and never can be annihilated. It is only that the forms it expresses through may change. There is gold in golden ornaments and golden ornaments in gold. There is formless within the form and the form within the formless. Pure consciousness is eternal and never changes. The forms come and go, but the consciousness remains ever the same. Everything that has taken birth will surely die. This body, which is comprised of the 5 elements, must succumb to its nature one day or the other. However, for those who have developed the awareness that the true self is eternal, death becomes no different than the experience of moving from one room into another. Such individuals take death light-heartedly. That's why it is said that Sri Krishna Bhagavan's life was one big laugh. We see this in Sri Krishna's life. Even when Gandhari cursed his whole clan to be destroyed, Krishna smiled. The Krishna was seen in the Bhagavad Gita always has a smile on his face. Spirituality teaches us how to face success and failure, and in fact, every situation with equanimity. It helps us air condition the inner realm. Air conditioning the external world is not enough. There are people who live in air conditioned rooms and yet have to take pills to fall asleep. Some even commit suicide in such rooms. Scriptures like the Bhagavad Gita teach us to air condition the mind. We become adjustable to every situation. At times when we are driving, the roads may be fine, but there are also stretches full of potholes, bumps, and hairpin curves. We may also have to drive up and down steep inclines. When this happens, we have to shift gears according to the situation. Similarly, when facing the various situations in life, we must be able to patiently shift the gear called the mind. This is one of Krishna's teachings. Lord Krishna is a mass of contradictions. The same Krishna who could cool the devotee's heart with a smile could also vanquish adharma with the fierce splendor of his Sudarshana Chakra, the divine discus. The same Krishna who played sweet melody through his flute could also mercilessly blow his Panchajanya conch to protect dharma. Completely still and established firmly in the true self, Lord Krishna still displayed a life of intense action to the world. In Krishna's life, one can see the majesty of a vast ocean combined with the rustic beauty of a small village stream. Lord Krishna showed us how to face problems with the discernment instead of running away from them. However, one has to perform actions with a sense of surrender, not with a sense of ego. That is when the attachment and burden of the action fall away from us. Sri Krishna's life itself is the authority on several truths expounded by the Bhagavad Gita, such as Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam. Yoga is skill in action, and Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Equanimity is said to be yoga. In fact, the Bhagavad Gita can actually be called a commentary on the life of the Lord Krishna himself. In the same way, we can say that Lord Krishna's life is a commentary on the Bhagavad Gita as well. The sun of love, that is Lord Krishna, is ever shining. If we choose to shut our doors and windows and stay inside, how will we ever experience that light of that love? We should open the closed doors and windows of our ego and come out. That's when we will be able to experience the sweetness and coolness of Lord Krishna's love. May all my children have the strength to surrender the mind with its selfishness and negativities at the holy feet of the Lord Bhagavan Sri Krishna, which will free us from the self-created jail of our ignorance. Om Amriteshwarye Namaha. Om Amriteshwarye Namaha. The famous Maha Mrityunjaya mantra to Lord Shiva Mahadeva is the most potent and powerful mantra for Sarva Roga Nivarana mantra. This mantra, if it is properly chanted with sankalpa, with ritual, this mantra can cure all the karmic difficulties, disease and death. Here death means the cycle of birth and death of samsara. And this mantra can help everyone in these difficult times. This mantra of the great Rishi Vasishta from the 7th mandala of the Rig Veda, also chanted at the end of the Sri Rudram and Chamagam. When we chant Sri Rudram, after the 11th Anuvaka, we chant this mantra, Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukam Iva Bandhanan Mrityor Mukshiya Mamritad. ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। 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 ॐ नमो